This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Tuesday, January 7th, 2025. I'm Alex Brown. While construction has yet to begin, planning is continuing to move forward for Microsoft's planned data centers in St. Joseph County and LaPorte, according to our partners at WSBT-TV. LaPorte Economic Advancement Partnership Director Bert Cook says the $1 billion data center in LaPorte is in the entitlement phase,
which is working through all of the permitting and pre-construction initiatives that need to occur in order for them to begin construction either later this year or early next. Our community, the city of LaPorte, but St. Joe County, South Bend, I know we're all working towards making sure these projects are successful, that we find the people necessary to staff the new positions that are being created. And I think we're excited about that. And so working hard to make all of that a reality.
Officials expect both projects to progress this year as planning phases wrap up. An Indiana University professor and Regan Streif Institute researcher is co-leading an expected $16 million program to study the treatment and outcomes of patients with Alzheimer's and related dementias. Kosali Simon will focus on identifying and addressing barriers to equitable and effective care for this growing population of patients. The researchers will use decades of Medicare data from rural and urban areas to compare ambulatory care settings such as doctor's offices where patients may choose providers to emergency departments where provider assignments are more random. South Bend Mayor James Mueller will join business and community leaders tomorrow for a ribbon cutting on the first of a number of new affordable housing units in a one-time industrial part of the city. The newly built duplex reflects the latest effort to increase housing availability in the city, according to CDFI-friendly South Bend, an organization that helps provide financing to small businesses, nonprofits, and housing developers. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
To succeed, you need to stay informed. You need to be engaged. And let's face it, you need to set yourself apart from the rest by connecting with a company that brings you the best. Because in today's environment, business is an ever-moving target, and we'll help you chase it. IBJ Media. The best of business is in us. Get started at ibjmedia.com/youngprofessional.
Evansville Regional Airport is starting the new year with a brand new maintenance facility. The new 43,000 square foot building is closer to the terminal and nearly twice the size of the former structures. Additionally, the airport added 3 new flights last year, including the much heralded return of service to Chicago from American Airlines. Executive Director Nate Hahn told IIB it's important that a community the size of Evansville continues to digest the services it has.
If you just dump a bunch of capacity at an airport, like the airport struggles because it can't absorb it quick enough. American in October, busiest month they've ever had at EVB. Coming out of Thanksgiving, they had their busiest day, followed by their busiest day, followed by their busiest day again. So they had back-to-back record-breaking days for American. So we're happy to see one didn't cannibalize the other routes, but they are still high load factors, really big success. All of the airlines have been really happy with our kind of how we've gotten back to normal.
Up next for the airport is the opening this year of United Companies Air Center's new general aviation terminal. The $7.5 million, 10,000 square foot terminal replaces the decades-old 4,500 square foot facility and includes a lounge for pilots and meeting space for business deals. Healthcare-centric lobbying firm KWK Management Group merged with the wide-ranging 1816 Public Affairs Group at the start of the year, the Indianapolis-based companies announced this morning. The merged firm will operate under 1816's name and branding. Clients and lobbyists from KWK Management were moved over to 1816 in the first few business days of 2025, according to filings on the Indiana Lobby Registration Commission's public dashboard. The merger increases the company's client list to more than 60. A historic facility in Vincennes is no more after efforts to save it for potential reuse fell through. Indiana Landmarks says the Knox County Poor Asylum, built in 1882, has been demolished following approval from the Knox County Board of Commissioners last month. Tommy Kleckner, director of Indiana Landmarks' Western Regional Office, called the move a situation of demolition by neglect.
It's a sad situation when a substantial landmark like this is lost. And although the decision to demolish is more recent, by the Knox County Board of Commissioners. The decisions that should have been made to save this, really, those should have been made a couple decades ago. The building had been allowed to languish with no maintenance or repairs for several decades. And had decisions been made 20, 25 years ago, get a new roof on that building, secure it, find a new use, we unfortunately wouldn't be in this situation.
The county operated the facility until 1985, and it has sat vacant since 2004. The county transferred ownership in 2020 to a nonprofit looking to transform it into a hospice facility, but Kleckner said that plan never came to fruition. Governor Eric Holcomb is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio On Demand.